Este es un anuncio de Sharron Angle. Esta es Sharron Angle negándole a un grupo de estudiantes hispanos que sus anuncios insinúan que somos todos criminales.
I'm not sure that those are Latinos in that commercial.
Esta es Sharron engañando a nuestros hijos.
I don't know that all of you are Latino. Some of you look a little more Asian to me.
Y este es el lugar donde puedes responderle a Sharron Angle.
Soy Harry Reid y apruebo este mensaje.
I'm Sharron Angle and I approve this message.
You're looking at every time Harry Reid voted to raise taxes. Income taxes, taxes on Social Security, taxes on small businesses, even the dreaded death tax. A staggering 300 times Reid voted to raise taxes, and it's a big reason for Nevada's economic meltdown. Now Reid and Pelosi are planning to raise taxes on 34 million families right after the election. Let's stop Harry Reid from ever raising our taxes again.
Ending Spending Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising. What the heck is an earmark? Says here, Harry Reid used these earmarks to try and funnel over $3 million of our hard-earned tax dollars to a big campaign donor's company. That seems pretty shady. We're losing jobs, the economy's in the tank, and this is how Washington insiders pay us back? Well, Harry Reid calls it an earmark. Sounds more like typical Washington games.
Harry Reid and President Obama are forcing their healthcare takeover on Nevada patients. Now Reid and Obama plan to dodge Senate rules. They're resorting to a legislative trick called the nuclear option because they don't have the votes. But listen to what they said about the nuclear option just a few years ago.
The filibuster serves as a check on power and preserves our limited government.
The checks and balances which have been at the core of this republic are about to be evaporated by the nuclear option.
This nuclear option is ultimately an example of the arrogance of power.
And that's just not what the founders intended.
And I pray God when the Democrats take back control, we don't make the kind of naked power grab you are doing.
The hypocrisy is breathtaking. Tell Reid Nevada patients deserve better than backroom deals and Senate tricks. Tell him to start over.
People ask me, what are you going to do to develop jobs in your state? Well, that's not my job as a U.S. Senator, to bring industry to this state.
So what exactly are Sharron Angle's ideas?
We need to phase Medicare and Social Security out.
I'm not sure just where in the Constitution the federal government is even supposed to be involved in our Medicare.
Tell Sharron Angle, don't take away Social Security and Medicare. That's just another bad idea.
I'm Sharron Angle and I approve this message.
Want to know just how out of touch Harry Reid is? Spending $787 billion on a stimulus that failed is a start. Or Reid voting to give illegal aliens special tax breaks and Social Security benefits is another big clue. But here's the kicker. Reid actually voted to use taxpayer dollars to pay for Viagra, for convicted child molesters and sex offenders. What else could you ever need to know about Harry Reid?
You're angry. You're frustrated at Washington. Think how much angrier you'll be if Sharron Angle has her way and Social Security and Medicare are phased out. And she keeps her promise to not fight for Nevada jobs. So work that anger out in the ring, because voting for Sharron Angle is only going to hurt yourself.
I can't vote for Sharron Angle.
The Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Who understands what Nevada's going through? Sharron Angle and her husband live in this middle-class Nevada house. They've seen their property values plummet and watched friends lose jobs. Harry Reid lives in the $1 million Ritz-Carlton in Washington. He's taken more lobbyist money than any other senator and championed economic policies that hurt Nevada. Harry Reid, 3 decades in Washington is enough. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising. Who understands what Nevada's going through? Sharron Angle and her husband live in this middle-class Nevada house. They've seen their property values plummet and watched friends lose jobs. Harry Reid lives in the $1 million Ritz-Carlton in Washington. He's taken more lobbyist money than any other senator and championed economic policies that hurt Nevada. Harry Reid, 3 decades in Washington is enough. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's frustrating. You want to send a message to Washington, but Sharron Angle? Sharron Angle says it's not a senator's job to help create jobs. Sharron Angle says the unemployed are spoiled. She wants to phase out Social Security and Medicare. 2 candidates. Harry Reid will fight for Nevada jobs and defend Social Security and Medicare. Sharron Angle will cost us and hurt our economy. Vote no on Sharron Angle. The Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
What you are looking at is what has happened to property values in Nevada since Harry Reid became Senate Majority Leader. They've fallen over 50%. That means if your home was worth $300,000 before, now thanks to Harry Reid's disastrous economic policies, you've lost over $150,000, wiping out people's retirement savings overnight. Harry Reid, the only thing he's delivered for Nevada is hardship.
Our troubled economy isn't news. 600,000 Americans have lost their jobs since January. Paychecks are flat, and home values are falling. It's hard to pay for gas and groceries, and if you put it on a credit card, they've probably raised your rates. You're paying more than ever for health insurance that covers less and less. This isn't just a string of bad luck. The truth is that while you've been living up to your responsibilities, Washington has not.
This was the moment when the rise of the oceans began to slow and our planet began to heal.
I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
Obamacare is bad for health care in America, and worse for Nevada. Because when Senator Harry Reid needed votes to push Obamacare, he cut sweet deals across the country to help Nebraska, to help Louisiana, to even help Florida. What has Nevada gotten from Senator Reid? Record foreclosures and the highest unemployment rate in the nation. And Reid's still pushing for even more government control of your health care. Really, Harry, how about some help for Nevada?
Don't read my lips, read my record.
Who is Sharron Angle, and where does she stand on the issues?
Don't read my lips, read my record.
Sharron Angle was voted Nevada's worst legislator in 2005. The record shows that she was voted one of Nevada's worst legislators in every single session that she was in office.
Don't read my lips, read my record.
As a professional politician, Sharron Angle voted in the legislature to increase her own pay.
Read my record.
But Sharron Angle voted against raising the minimum wage for hardworking Nevadans.
Read my record.
And Sharron Angle is against extending the unemployment benefits for Nevadans without jobs.
Don't read my lips, read my record.
Sharron Angle is against financial reform that would protect consumers and hold Wall Street accountable for wrongdoing and unethical practices.
Don't read my lips.
Sharron Angle is on record as wanting to abolish Social Security.
Read my record.
And Sharron Angle wants to abolish Medicare.
Read my record.
Republicans in Nevada have called Sharron Angle's record on Social Security completely out of step in a state that has a huge number of retirees.
Don't read my lips.
Sharron Angle wants to abolish the Department of Education.
Read my record.
Republicans, Democrats, and independents agree. Sharron Angle and her positions are completely out of step and out of touch.
Don't read my lips, read my record.
Tell Sharron Angle her ideas are dangerous and out of step. Don't take away Social Security and Medicare, and don't vote for your own pay raises, and then vote against raising the minimum wage and oppose more help for out-of-work Nevadans. For more information on Sharron Angle's record of out-of-touch policy positions, go to www.patriotmajority.org/Nevada.
Harry Reid versus you. Harry Reid, living large in the D.C. Ritz-Carlton. You, living in the state with the highest unemployment rate, worried about paying the mortgage. Harry Reid, making $1 million from a sweetheart land deal. You, just trying to make ends meet, wondering how you're going to take care of your family. Harry Reid, pushing loopholes in ethics laws for his own family. You, had enough?
I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message. approve this message.
It may be the most tragic love story of our time. Pelosi, Obama, and Harry Reid. Together, they promised to change America. And boy, did they. Taxpayer-funded bailouts for Wall Street, a $787 billion stimulus that failed, and spending so reckless it's led to record deficits and skyrocketing unemployment. They say you can't buy love, but we've certainly paid a heavy price.
Senator Harry Reid for 27 years. Wait a minute. Are you tired of all these negative political ads? Okay, how about just the facts? Nevada has the highest unemployment in the country, the highest foreclosure rate. Instead of fixing these problems, Harry Reid's made it worse, pushing Obamacare, more national debt, Wall Street bailout. Pretty simple. With that record, that's really all you need to know. Crossroads GPS is responsible for the content of this advertising. Harry Reid says his powerful vote in Washington is good for Nevada? Harry Reid voted for the stimulus, and Nevada unemployment went up. Now it's the highest in the country. Reid voted for the mortgage bailout, and Nevada foreclosures remain the highest in the country. Harry's highs are new lows for Nevada. With Harry Reid's votes, he shouldn't get yours, because Harry's extremely out of touch with Nevada. American Crossroads is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I've been in Nevada law enforcement for 17 years. Carrying a gun isn't just a part of my job, it's a constitutional right that I believe in. But Sharron Angle goes way over the line when she keeps saying,
this Congress keeps going the way it is. People are really looking toward those Second Amendment remedies.
It's crazy, but what she's actually talking about is armed resistance. Look, I'm a member of the NRA and a Republican, but that kind of talk is dangerous and way too extreme.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
I served in World War II.
I served in Iraq. 26 years in the United States Air Force.
My husband's a veteran, my son's a veteran.
Sharron Angle wants to privatize the Veterans Administration.
She's trying to take my benefits away. We have a lot of veterans that need a lot of support.
Sharron, when I need a doctor, I go to the Veterans Administration.
We definitely need the VA, and we do not need to privatize it.
They deserve every benefit they have and more.
Sharron Angle's ideas, too dangerous for real people. Patriot Majority USA Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Every 4 minutes in America, a woman is sexually assaulted. Almost half are teenage or younger. But for a victim of rape or incest, Sharron Angle would force her to have the baby. Angle says,
2 wrongs don't make a right.
For girls raped by a relative, Angle says they should just make
a lemon situation into lemonade.
If that's not extreme, what is? Sharron Angle, too dangerous to have real power over real people. Patriot Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm a single mom.
I'm a letter carrier.
Construction business.
Retired a couple of years ago.
Sharron Angle is going to phase out Social Security.
Keep your hands off my Social Security, Sharron Angle.
Her ideas are just wrong.
Sharron Angle says it's not her job to create jobs.
For her to come out and say that, it's like, huh.
What is her job then?
We need help, and we need help now.
Sharron Angle's ideas are
scary,
out of touch,
harmful.
Sharron Angle's views are too extreme for everybody.
For 27 years, we've paid Harry Reid to do his job.
I think it is my job to create jobs, and I've done my best.
But you failed. Nevada has the highest unemployment in the nation.
You know that I had nothing to do with these unemployment figures.
Really? What have you been doing as Senate Majority Leader?
Only 36,000 people lost their jobs today, which is really good.
No, it's not. Harry Reid, extremely out of touch with Nevada. American Crossroads is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Harry Reid, champion of liberal special interests inside the Beltway, disconnected from Nevada and its residents. The Obama playbook to which Senator Reid hitched his fortunes has failed miserably. A vote for Harry Reid is a vote for the status quo in Washington. More of the same big spending, more of the same disdain for the job-creating private sector. Nevada just can't afford more of the same old Harry Reid.
Crossroads GPS is responsible for the content of this advertising.
My words are what I am, so I don't think you can run from what you say and what you do.
This war is lost. I don't know how anyone of Hispanic heritage could be a Republican, okay?
Was a light-skinned African-American with no Negro dialect unless he wanted to have one.
I bring 12 million undocumented Americans out of the shadows. You know that I had nothing to do
with these unemployment figures. Only 36,000 people lost their jobs today, which is really good. My words are what I am.
670,000 jobs were lost. So we made great progress.
I've done my best.
We don't want to do a partisan bill. Loud, shrill voices trying to interrupt town hall meetings.
You could literally smell the tourists coming into the Capitol. Men, when they're out of work, tend to become abusive. Coal makes us sick.
Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid invited top lobbyists to his own inaugural reception yesterday.
No, that's part of Washington, part of Washington, part of Washington. My words are what I am, so I don't think you can run from what you say and what you do.
I've done my best.
Another bad idea from Sharron Angle.
As your U.S. Senator, I'm not in the business of creating jobs. People ask me, what are you going to do to develop jobs in your state? Well, that's not my job as a U.S. Senator to bring industry to this state.
We need to phase Medicare and Social Security out.
No jobs, no Social Security, no Medicare. And now Sharron Angle wants to abolish the Department of Energy and the Environmental Protection Agency. Just another bad idea from Sharron Angle.
Over 100,000 more are unemployed. Under his watch, almost $5 trillion has been added to our debt. He's voted 300 times in favor of higher taxes, and Nevada leads the nation in unemployment.
You know that I have nothing to do with these unemployment figures.
To him, it's a figure. Maybe because Harry lives at the Ritz-Carlton, while thousands are losing their homes. The nation needs a new direction, and Nevada needs jobs. Say no to Harry Reid. The National Republican Senatorial Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
With Nevada in economic freefall, Harry Reid brags about his taxpayer-funded $787 billion bailout, saying, "There's no question our hard work is paying off." Paying off? Paying off for whom? More than 180,000 Nevadans are out of work. Nevada home values have plummeted. Record foreclosures. Harry Reid's work is paying off all right. Paying off for his friends in Washington, but leaving Nevada with what?
Harry Reid says no one can do more than he can. Really, Harry?
Today is a big day in America. Only 36,000 people lost their jobs today, which is really good.
Really, Harry? No wonder Nevada now has the highest unemployment in the nation. Bailouts, deficits, Obamacare. No one can do more? Really, Harry? For Nevadans, haven't you done enough?
It's bad enough that Nevada has the highest unemployment in the nation. And Harry Reid claims to be helping the job situation? Really, Harry? Recent data show Nevada ranks 50th in the money received from Harry's stimulus bill. That's right, Senate Leader Harry Reid has gotten his own state less help than every other state but one. And along with bailouts, deficits, and Obamacare, that's what Harry Reid's done for Nevada. Really, Harry? That's not the kind of help Nevada needs.
With spending already out of control, Harry Reid spearheaded the stimulus spending bill. Harry's stimulus sent nearly $2 million to California to collect ants. In Africa, $25 million for new chairlifts and snowmaking in Vermont. Almost $300,000 to Texas to study weather on Venus. Meanwhile, back in Nevada, we still have the highest unemployment and record foreclosures. Really, Harry? How about some help for Nevada? Crossroads GPS is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Nevada. We've seen boom and bust. We're not spoiled or looking for a handout. But every time Sharron Angle's asked to save or create jobs, she says,
No, I would not. I would have voted no. Government does not provide jobs. It shouldn't. You wouldn't, can't. No.
So when times are tough and the only answer is,
No, shouldn't, can't.
How's that working for us? Patriot Majority USA Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Vivo aquí en Nevada.
Soy una ama de casa. Trabajo en un casino local.
Soy maestro.
Sharron Angle quiere deshacerse con el Social Security.
Y si lo recortan, pues no van a poder sobrevivir. Sharron Angle dice que no es su trabajo crear trabajos.
Entonces, ¿qué es el trabajo de ella?
Si no hay donde trabajar, ¿cómo vas a trabajar?
Las ideas de Sharron Angle son
muy extremas.
No me gusta Sharron Angle, sus ideas políticas, para nada.
Patriot Majority PAC es responsable por el contenido de este anuncio.
I was unemployed before I got my job at City Center. I waited an entire year for that job. If Sharron Angle had had her way, I might still be unemployed today.
Would you have stayed City Center?
No, I would not.
Miss Angle, you're talking about something that puts food on the table for my children. You need to consider what you were saying, especially as a mother yourself. I don't believe that she has the best interests of our families at heart.
Patriot Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
They promised change, but they delivered unprecedented spending, overwhelming debt, heartbreaking job loss, astounding foreclosures, skyrocketing bankruptcies. They promised change. Now, it's our turn.
If you're looking for work, to Sharron Angle, that's tough luck.
As your U.S. Senator, I'm not in the business of creating jobs.
If you depend on Social Security and Medicare, to Sharron Angle, that's tough luck.
We need to phase Medicare and Social Security out.
Asked if she would have saved City Center and 22,000 jobs, Sharron Angle said,
No, I would not.
Sharron Angle, no plan, no jobs, no Social Security, no Medicare, just tough luck.
I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
How did Harry Reid get so wealthy on a public servant's income?
I did a very good job in investing.
Really? Like the shady deal where Reid made an astronomical $1 million doing nothing? The truth is, Reid is now worth up to $6 million and lives in a $1 million Washington Ritz-Carlton condo. But what's he telling struggling Nevada families?
I've been on a fixed income since I went to Washington.
Harry Reid, another multimillionaire just trying to make ends meet.
I served 22 years for the United States Air Force.
I served in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Sharron, when I heard you wanted to privatize the VA, I was shocked.
We definitely need the VA. We do not need to privatize it.
Privatization means that people are making money off of my service to this country.
Sharron Angle is against the VA covering prescription drugs.
Sharron, you don't support veterans.
Too extreme to send to Washington.
As a veteran, I will not be voting for Sharron Angle.
Sharron Angle, too dangerous to have real power over real people. Patriot Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's hypocrisy, plain and simple. Sharron Angle travels around Nevada, railing against all government programs. She says she wants to abolish Social Security, Medicare, and even the VA.
We want the government to stay out of our lives.
But did you ever hear her say, let's get the Bureau of Land Management out of Nevada? Of course not. You see, for 37 years, Sharron Angle's husband worked as a government employee for the BLM. And today, she's living off her husband's BLM government pension and receiving health coverage from his government-run insurance plan. Sharron Angle seems to hate government programs unless they're paying her bills. Abolishing Social Security is fine with her. She's covered by a BLM retirement plan.
We want the government to stay out of our lives.
Really, Sharron? Then practice what you preach, because Nevada just can't afford your hypocrisy.
I'm Harry Reid, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Friends for Harry Reid.
On November 2nd, Nevada will send a clear message to Harry Reid and to the Washington establishment. Stop spending, stop taxing, and stop borrowing. Nevadans do not want Harry Reid's government-mandated health care forced on us. We don't want another $1.9 trillion in debt. And we don't want to lead the nation in unemployment, bankruptcies, and home foreclosures. On November 2nd, vote to shake up Washington. Vote for Sharron Angle.
The First Amendment Alliance is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Each year, 5 million pounds of radioactive nuclear waste are disposed of in the U.S. Sharron Angle wants to bring all 5 million pounds here for reprocessing in Nevada. But one nuclear spill could endanger our families and kill Las Vegas tourism forever. And we all know how devastating one spill can be.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
Harry Reid knows Nevada needs jobs. He's powering a new clean energy industry. 300 jobs at a new solar field, 1,000 jobs building wind turbines, 25 new geothermal projects. But while Harry Reid is fighting for jobs, Sharron Angle supports tax breaks for companies that ship jobs overseas, outsourcing to China and India.
I'm not in the business of creating jobs.
At least not here in Nevada. Sharron Angle, a foreign worker's best friend.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
Imagínate, es como un piloto con miedo a las alturas.
O como un mecánico que no quiere ensuciarse las manos.
No. Sharron Angle dice que no es el trabajo de una senadora crear empleos para nuestras familias.
People ask me, what are you going to do to develop jobs in your state? Well, that's not my job as a U.S. Senator.
¿Escuchaste eso? El 14% de Nevada desempleada. Y Sharron dice que no es su trabajo luchar por nuestros empleos.
No puede ser, increíble. Fíjate, el año escolar está a punto de comenzar. Y si no fuera por los fondos que consiguió Harry Reid, hubieran 1,400 maestros y trabajadores menos en nuestras escuelas. ¿Y qué dice Sharron? Que la crisis escolar solo está en la cabeza de Harry Reid. Increíble.
Pues eso es precisamente lo que me preocupa, lo que está en su cabeza.
Definitivamente, hay que conocer bien a Sharron Angle, porque con cada paso que ella toma hacia el Senado, nuestras familias toman 2 pasos atrás.
I'm Harry Reid, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Pagado por amigos por Harry Reid.
We know what shattered the economy. Wall Street greed and CEOs shipping jobs overseas, the cost of foreign oil, and Bush economics. But Sharron Angle's blaming Harry Reid. Come on. Sharron Angle's the one who opposed Wall Street reform, wants to protect tax breaks for companies that ship jobs overseas, and says it's not her job to create jobs.
I'm not in the business of creating jobs.
That's Sharron Angle. Extreme ideas that will make things worse.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
First, Harry Reid votes to give special tax breaks and Social Security benefits to illegal aliens. Then, Reid cheers as the president of Mexico slams Arizona's tough illegal immigration law. Now, Reid has introduced a plan that gives illegals a pathway to amnesty and even special college tuition rates, with the money coming from Nevada taxpayers. Harry Reid, the best friend illegals have ever had.
Sharron Angle voted against background checks to identify sex predators. She's against enforcing restraining orders that protect victims of domestic violence. She says rape victims should be forced to have the baby. Sharron Angle would wipe out Social Security, Medicare, and she'd privatize the VA.
Oh, she's wild. She's wild. I mean, and with the wild ideas she has, we would never get anything done.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
Illegals sneaking across our border, putting Americans' safety and jobs at risk. And what does Harry Reid do? He comes out opposed to Arizona's tough new immigration law. Nevada families struggling with the nation's highest unemployment. Harry Reid, he votes to give special tax breaks to illegal aliens and to give illegals Social Security benefits, even for the time they were here illegally. Harry Reid, the best friend an illegal alien ever had.
I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
On Harry Reid's watch, Nevada's unemployment rate has shot past 14%, highest in the country. Our foreclosure rate is highest in the nation. Home values have dropped almost 50%. Those aren't just numbers. They're people who've lost their jobs, families who've lost their homes. Harry Reid's dragged Nevada down to perhaps its lowest point ever. And he wants to call me an extremist? I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
In Sharron Angle's Nevada, there are no background checks to catch sex offenders working with kids.
There's no Social Security for seniors.
Insurance companies don't cover cancer tests.
Prisoners get massages in a radical Scientology program.
For Sharron Angle, it's not her job to fight for jobs.
There'd be no city center.
Our jobs outsourced to China. Sharron Angle's Nevada? No.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
Is there anything the insurance companies should be mandated to cover? Anything?
Anything at all?
At the debate, Sharron Angle couldn't think of a single thing insurance companies should be made to cover. Not one thing. Not colon cancer tests, not mammograms, not autism, nothing.
Anything at all?
Okay, so no insurance mandates.
Not if Sharron Angle has her way. That's extreme and dangerous.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
Well, Harry Reid says he does more for Nevada. He's done more for unemployment. We were at 4.4%. Now we're at 14%. He's done more for the foreclosure rate. We have the highest foreclosure rate in the nation. He's done more for bankruptcy. We have the highest bankruptcy rate in the nation. Harry Reid has done more, and it's time for us to say, stop doing it. We can't stand anymore. I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
A Wall Street no le importaron las consecuencias y desaparecieron los trabajos. Todos conocemos a alguien buscando empleo, pero a Sharron Angle eso no le importa.
People ask me, what are you going to do to develop jobs in your state? Well, that's not my job as a U.S. Senator.
A veces nos encontramos sin trabajo, pero nunca hemos perdido las ganas de trabajar. Eso es lo que nos diferencia de Sharron Angle. Ella no luchará por nuestros trabajos.
Soy Harry Reid y apruebo este mensaje.
Sharron Angle says she wants to end Social Security, but we depend on that money.
She doesn't think insurance companies should have to cover the colon cancer tests that saved my life.
Sharron Angle voted against background checks for people who work with kids.
She says if you've been raped, you should be forced to have the baby. She calls it making lemonade out of lemons.
As a Republican, I can't see voting for Sharron Angle.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
They're not statistics. They're people. They're the father who got laid off today and doesn't know how he's going to pay for his mortgage. The frightened senior who's seen half of her home value disappear. And the small business owner who's closing for good. Let's be honest. We tried it Harry Reid's way and it didn't work. It's time to end the bailouts and the reckless spending, the higher taxes, and put Nevadans back to work. I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
You've seen the ad.
I'd like to save Social Security.
Are you kidding?
I printed out these pages in June, and they're from Sharron Angle's old website. Angle's stance appears vastly different than it was before the June 4th primary,
where she said we need to, quote, phase out Social Security and Medicare.
The real Sharron Angle was the one we saw in the primary who came on my program and said, I want to phase out Social Security.
Sharron Angle, views so extreme, she can't tell you the truth.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
It's hypocrisy. Sharron Angle rails against government programs, calls Social Security welfare, wants to wipe it out.
We need to phase Medicare and Social Security out.
But here's the thing. She lives off her husband's Bureau of Land Management pension. And her health care, it's government paid for life. Sharron Angle is fine with wiping out your Social Security as long as her government checks keep coming. Sharron Angle, extreme and hypocritical.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
We have a fearful society right now. What they're afraid of is that what we're going to be passing down to our children is not liberty and freedom, but debt and deficit. That's why you and I have an opportunity right now to change the direction of our country. Government is not the solution to the problem. Government is the problem. We, the people, are the solution. I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message. The real Social Security solutions are to stop Harry Reid from raiding the Social Security Trust Fund. He needs that money for his own pet projects. We have a contract with our seniors who have put into Social Security in good faith. I'd like to save Social Security by locking the lockbox, putting the money back into the trust fund so the government can no longer raid our retirement. I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
What do you call a candidate who says the way things are going, the time may be coming for Second Amendment remedies, an armed response to our government? Who says a teenage rape victim should be forced to have the baby? Who proposed a Scientology massage program for prisoners? And who says that Medicare and Social Security violate the 10 Commandments? What do you call that candidate? Extreme. Sharron Angle, just too extreme.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
Imagine you've been abused by your spouse. You get a restraining order and move your family to Nevada, thinking you're safe.
In the state assembly, Sharron Angle voted to prevent restraining orders from other states from being enforced in Nevada. It would have made Nevada a safe haven for domestic abusers. Thankfully, other legislators weren't so extreme because Sharron Angle sided with the abuser, not the abused.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
Is there anyone Harry Reid hasn't insulted? While our soldiers were fighting in a war zone, Reid declared they had lost the war. Reid referred to Barack Obama as a light-skinned African-American with no Negro dialect. Reid degradingly called a female colleague the hottest senator. And Reid insulted Hispanics by questioning their judgment in knowing who to vote for. Harry Reid, every day he's further out of touch.
From World War II to Iraq and Afghanistan, the VA has meant guaranteed care for those who serve. But now, in another extreme proposal, Sharron Angle says privatize it, end the VA as we know it. When she was asked whether veterans' benefits like prescriptions and doctor visits would be covered if she had her way,
No, not if you're working toward a privatized system.
end our promise to veterans? Sharron Angle, dangerous ideas that put veterans at risk.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
I work with kids who've been abused, and their stories break my heart. But when the Assembly created a program to weed out sex offenders by helping youth and church groups do background checks on volunteers, it passed, with only 2 members voting no. Sharron Angle was one of them. She said background checks were an invasion of privacy. Sharron Angle voted to protect the privacy of sex offenders instead of the safety of our kids.
Sharron Angle. Ideas so extreme, they're dangerous.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
1,400 teachers and school workers facing September layoffs. Then Harry Reid got emergency aid to keep them teaching. But Sharron Angle would have voted no.
I think the emergency is only in Harry Reid's mind.
It's the same Sharron Angle who'd eliminate the Department of Education.
Eliminate the Department of Education or simply cut it back?
I would like to go through to the elimination.
Teacher layoffs, no Department of Education. She's just too extreme.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
I'm Sharron Angle, and I approve this message.
Waves of illegal aliens streaming across our border, joining violent gangs, forcing families to live in fear. And what's Harry Reid doing about it? Voting to give illegal aliens Social Security benefits, tax breaks, and college tuition. Voting against declaring English our national language twice. And even siding with Obama and the President of Mexico to block Arizona's tough new immigration law. Harry Reid, it's clear whose side he's on. And it's not yours.
Sharron Angle is reckless, radical, and extreme.
Electing Sharron Angle would cost thousands of jobs.
She will be the knockout punch for Nevada's economy.
Sharron Angle supports tax breaks for companies that ship jobs overseas. That's just crazy.
There's a better choice. Harry Reid is saving thousands of jobs.
Let's start with the fact that I'm a Republican. There's nobody that's done more for the state.
We need the majority leader.
Replacing Senator Reid with Sharron Angle would be a disaster.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this
Sharron
message.
Angle's new attack ad. More crazy talk and outright lies. This fence, it's Harry Reid who got 400 miles of new barriers, 4,000 new border agents, drones, even the National Guard. And Reid never has and never will support Social Security for illegal immigrants. He wrote the bill opposing it. Remember, it's Sharron Angle who says she'd wipe out Social Security and Medicare, and Harry Reid who's protecting it for Americans.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
Sharron Angle is reckless, radical, and extreme.
Electing Sharron Angle will cost Northern Nevada thousands of jobs.
She will be the knockout punch for Nevada's economy.
Sharron Angle supports tax breaks for companies that ship jobs overseas. That's just crazy.
There's a better choice. Harry Reid is saving thousands of jobs.
Let's start with the fact that I'm a Republican. There's nobody that's done more for the state.
We need the majority leader.
Replacing Senator Reid with Angle would be a disaster.
I'm Harry Reid, and I approve this message.
Super-spending partisan Harry Reid. As Democrat leader, he helped pay for vicious attack ads, criticizing last year's bailouts. But guess who voted for the $700 billion bailout? You guessed it, Harry Reid. And now he wants $1 trillion more in new spending? $1 trillion? Tell Harry Reid to stop wasting our hard-earned money. The National Republican Senatorial Committee is responsible for the content of this ad.